Hey folks, it's Mark here from Harmonix, where we give you the knowledge to get good on guitar. Harmonix is your channel for easy to follow guitar lessons for all levels. Beloved beginners, today's lesson is for you. As suggested in the title, this lesson will teach you how to play the blues as a beginner within minutes. Yes, minutes. I say minutes because all we're doing is taking the basic, most common shape and form of pentatonic scale that most guitar players know, if not all of them. And if you don't, I'll put a link to the beginner playlist later on in the video and you can check that out. But I will go over it a little bit in this video, okay? We're taking that scale, we're going to add 3 notes, and we're going to play it in a slightly different way. And I think it should be easy for you to follow, it should be easy for you to learn, and easy for you to apply to your own playing within a few minutes. Now, everybody's different. Some people might take a lot longer than others. But in general, this is a very, very small change to a very, very simple and well-known scale. And I think you'll be very pleased with the results when you hear the difference between the basic scale and then the added notes and then the slight change in rhythm. Just how bluesy that scale comes to life. It's crazy. This video will show you the 3 main steps you can do to take the basic scale, add to it, change its rhythm, and get the end result. Let's have a look at those 3 steps now, all combined. Ready to go? Let's go. In order to take the basic scale that we have, we're going to use A minor pentatonic. So for those of you that have never touched on pentatonics before, I've got videos on that on the channel, which you can have a look at. I'll put a link for the beginner playlist at the end of this video. Okay, so you can check all those out. Briefly, we'll just go over the positions here. It will be 8-5, 8-5, 7-5, 7-5, 7-5, 8-5. I'm assuming the majority of the beginners watching this already have seen that scale either in a different position or they know that scale. It's the most basic, most common shape and form of pentatonic scale that everybody plays or has played at some point in their life on the guitar, okay? Or will do. In order to bluesify, if that's a word, this, we need to add, as I said at the beginning of the video, 3 notes. Okay, just 3 notes, 2 of which are super bluesy, 1 of which isn't necessarily a blues note, but it helps with the rhythm, okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to play the first 2 strings as normal, okay? But on the next string, the G, instead of just playing 7-5, we're going to play 8-7-5, okay? And this 8 doesn't sound very well with the root A. Okay, there's a lot of dissonance there. But this is called a flattened 5th or flat 5, or blues note, as guitar players like to call it. And this is also considered a passing note, which means that you don't tend to labor on it for very long because it doesn't sound that great within the key itself. You sort of float over it or in and around it. So the person hearing it hears the note, but they don't hear it long enough to be upset by it, right? So it's kind of like... And it's that chromatic movement in those notes between major and minor and the flat 5 that creates that bluesy feel sonically. Not rhythmically, but sonically. All we need to do is add that note there, which was fret 8 on the G. Okay, so as we descend or ascend, that note gets added. And we also add the octave of it, which is fret 6 on the A, within the A minor pentatonic position in this form, in this area here between 8 and 5, okay? So it's the 2 flat 5 notes, 8 on the G, 6 on the A, and then you finish the pattern as normal. And the other extra note I mentioned, which isn't necessarily bluesy, is just the G. We go down to G and then come back to A. This is what I show my students anyway. And the reason I do that is because usually when you're playing these scales, you're playing 2 notes per beat. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? So 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, like that. But as soon as we add these 2 flat 5 notes in, the rhythm kind of gets a little bit messed up because we're starting to play kind of outside of that rhythm a little bit because we're not just playing 2 notes on a string anymore. On this G, we now have 3 notes. And on this A, we have 3 notes. So going from the A here, when you finish, down to the G, and then back, tends to kind of even up the rhythm a little bit. Let me show you what I mean. So here's the standard scale, 2 notes per beat. And with the 2 flat 5s and the extra G. It just seems to round it off nicely rhythmically, okay? Now, the third stage is adding a shuffle feel. This is a very sort of bluesy way of playing things. So what exactly is a shuffle feel? Well, if we're playing these 2 notes per beat here, okay, these notes are evenly spaced. So if the beat falls on this first note here, boom, then in between the beat, the next beat and the beat we just had, we have an evenly spaced note again. Then a beat again, boom, boom, boom. Okay, everything's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. With a shuffle feel, we take the second note and we extend it a little bit in time. We make it lazy, we make it late. So although we're maintaining 2 notes within the beat isn't changing, it's not getting faster or slower, the beat is staying the same. We're actually playing the 2 notes slightly out of perfect sync time-wise with each other. So this becomes this. Like that. So the second note is slightly late. Okay, it's not as evenly spaced as before. And that gives rise to a lovely, shuffling, lazy kind of sound that's catching up with itself, even though it's still in rhythm and it's still on the beat. So let me show you what I mean. So we take the standard scale and we add the shuffle feel to it. It will sound like this. Okay, already sounds bluesy, right? It's already got some sort of blues rhythm to it. Now what we do is once we've practiced that and we understand and we have the feel for it in our fingers and we know exactly, our body can feel that shuffle, we add then the 2 flat 5s and the G, and the overall sound suddenly transforms a basic scale into a bluesy sounding scale and a bluesy feeling rhythmic scale. So you get this. Well, I hope you enjoyed that lesson today. I hope you can incorporate these small changes into your pentatonic playing within a few minutes, if that. But obviously practicing is going to take a little bit longer. But the changes are small, which is what I mean by this. And just by making those small changes, you're going to start hearing that your guitar is coming together. It's going to start sounding more bluesy. You're going to be playing different notes. It's going to be starting to come to life. And I really, really hope for you that this gives you motivation and a true positive experience to keep picking up the guitar, because as a beginner, you need as many of them as you can get. If you enjoyed this lesson today, please like, subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching today. I'm going to leave these videos for you to check out. See you next time. Take care. Good luck with this. And thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.